So this week I do not have an audience. I'm sorry, but between Father's Day and my husband working 10-hour days, I was not able to get anybody to watch my speech. So I'm going to have to do it solo. I'm sorry on that front. So this week is the Persuasive Speech presentation, and I am doing it on why I think schools should go year-round. And so I will begin. There has been a long debate for years about schools going year-round. There are multiple reasons, good and bad, on why this should and could happen. Parents and children's needs have changed since the original idea of schools came about. But as a nation, we are not big on change, especially when it comes to our children. If we feel something is working, then why change it? I am hoping to show you why having school year-round would benefit not only for children, but for the parents as well. First, let me give you a little bit of history on why the school calendar was set the way it was. For more than 100 years, schools have had a 10-month calendar with a 3-month summer off due to farming needs. During the 3 months off, this would give the farmers who needed the helping hand time to plant and harvest. So the government made schools available during this time, but now this is not necessary. Children of farmers are not in the need as they were back in the 1900s. To compete with today's economy, our children need all the education and forward thinking they can obtain. As of 2015, the Program for International Student Assessments shows that the United States is ranked 25th in science, 24th in reading, and 40th in math. While Singapore topped the list, China, Japan, Korea, Canada, Switzerland, Estonia, Australia, and New Zealand topped the rest of that list. Of these countries that are in the top, Japan, Australia, Estonia, and New Zealand are considered year-round. Singapore, China, Korea, Canada, and Switzerland go almost year-round, but have breaks in between their semesters. First, we should probably define year-round. We are not talking about extending the normal 180 days the children go now. It is more about restructuring the 180 days into a reasonable calendar year where the children go longer and have less summer break. America has known since the early 1980s that things needed to be changed in the school system. A national report called A Nation at Risk tells educators that they needed to find a way to add more time to school because the achievement gap was already getting too large. Over the next 20 years, schools all over the country try to find ways to implement ways to extend learning time, from lengthening school days, increasing the amount of hours children go, or moving to some type of year-round calendar schedule. Noticing these ideas were working in other countries, our schools started phasing in different school calendars. With each implement, there were different challenges. But when it comes to year-round schooling, for some reason, parents have mixed emotions. When it does come to going year-round, each state, county, and even city must decide what is best for themselves. Although year-round schools have gained 26% from 2007 to 2012 in popularity, it is still something that most school districts are not willing to take on. Summer break is well and true in American culture. There are a few ways that the school districts could work out their schedules. Some schools have 45-day sessions with 15-day breaks. Others have 60-day academics with 20-day breaks. There is also the 90-day session and 2 30-day breaks. But what if your child had every Friday off with every 11th week off? What would your family do with that time off? Weekend vacations, holidays away from home, camping, maybe going and seeing extended family. Professionals that go year-round argue that children don't seem to have the summer slide with this schedule. Students with high needs and disabilities seem to do better with the constant structure. It could also help reduce class sizes and burnout from students and teachers. Year-round schooling not only helps the teachers and students, but can help save money for the school facilities and staffing and a need for new school construction. Another issue that parents and teachers need to consider is children's health. A recent Harvard University study showed that children tend to gain weight at the faster pace during summer months than during the school year, since they spend more time watching television, playing video games, and spending time on their phones during the summer. Children nowadays do not spend time outside or reading books, attending childcare, or go to summer camp during their time off. And even with all these possible health and mental issues and the future educational downside, we as Americans still will not change our way of thinking. I believe if we want to give our children the best education that we can, every school district needs to pay their teachers top dollar, have the room for the students, proper books and supplies, and go year-round to keep their students' brains fresh. There is no reason that we, as the richest country in the world, should have children ranking so low in the testing for reading, science, and math. Something must change, and maybe going year-round can be the first step. Thank you.